Canadian Minister of Parliament confirms Allied UAP UFO reverse engineering programs in a letter to Defense Minister. I can finally say for the first time that I have absolute and direct confirmation that this urgent and groundbreaking letter by Mr. Larry Maguire, MP, is indeed exactly what it appears to be. Investigative journalists Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp obtained and are releasing a new document into public record pertaining to an Allied coordination of UFO UAP reverse engineering programs. On the heels of blockbuster testimony from UAP whistleblower David Grush, a letter has surfaced which alleges the UFO cover-up is a multinational effort. In Canada, a veteran member of Parliament sent a confidential letter to that nation's defense minister. The elected official provides very specific details about an ongoing program with the Five Eyes Alliance, that's USA, Canada, Australia, UK, New Zealand, to analyze and reverse engineer exotic materials obtained from crashes of UFOs. Some of the materials in question date back to the early 1950s, according to MP Larry Maguire. Maguire urges the Canadian government to get out in front of UAP story before further revelations destroy public trust and embarrass the governments of the Five Eyes nations. In this episode, Jeremy and George review the contents of this explosive letter, its implications, and the names of the specific multinational programs which have allegedly attempted to reverse engineer exotic wreckage collected at crash sites. Exotic meaning, of course, the spacecraft, extraterrestrial spacecraft. He says, I can finally say for the first time I have absolute and direct confirmation that this urgent and groundbreaking letter by Mr. Larry Maguire, MP, is indeed exactly what it appears to be. Mr. Maguire makes his message absolutely clear by naming a key UAP technology host program and clarifies that it can be found within the Five Eyes FVEY Intelligence Alliance. The implications of this are both profound and sobering. On one hand, the fact that we have had durational exploitation and reverse engineering programs focused on UFO UAP hardware, coupled on the other hand with the fact that the fundamental derivative truth associated with this revelation has been held back from the public by a multinational allied body. And this moment is a tremendous confirmation and affirmation of what the public has suspected for generations regarding the truth about UFOs. There are layers to this UFO UAP puzzle, and I'm encouraged by how bold and forthright this message by Mr. Maguire is alerting the public, the global public. By all accounts, Mr. Maguire has uncovered the truth about his country's participation in hands-on UAP exploitation programs and has been working behind the scenes to encourage discovery. He has acted as a champion for greater transparency on the UAP subject, and we should applaud him for ringing the bell and raising the alarm in the name of proper oversight and transparency. The circumstance and reasoning behind Mr. Maguire's generating this unclassified letter can only be answered by the man himself, and I suspect he will be characteristically forthcoming. I don't know the man, but I would like to shake his hand. The full and outright admission that Defence Research and Development Canada, DRDC, is in possession of recovered UFO material is a giant leap forward towards informing the global public on the reality of UFO UAP presence on planet Earth, whatever it might represent to humanity, which remains the open question. No matter where UFOs are from, it's now openly admitted by our Department of Defense and allied nations that there are durational UFOs UAP reverse engineering and exploitation programs. It's time to acknowledge the UAP presence, Jeremy Kenyon Lockyer Corbell says. Now, note it's important to mention that ensuring sources can speak freely and anonymously to journalists and reporters as a key protection provided by SHIELD law. These protections of reporters' privileges are established by the First Amendment and enforced by the Supreme Court of the United States. In a democratic and free society, SHIELD law is a countermeasure against the influence of the power to deny transparency. And this is by Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp from Weaponized, and it's on Embedded Reality. And we know that there will be a probe, a Congress probe, I think it's July 26th, so it's about 5 days. We'll have more news concerning all this. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.